6 presents Fireworks at the Fountain. Brought to you by the law offices of Dan Newland.
All right. Who's ready to celebrate the greatest country that is and ever was? Woo. Feels good and soupy out here. I'm ready to go, huh? My name's Matt Austin. I'm an anchor over at News 6, and we have teamed up with the city to get you some results tonight and light up that night sky. My July 4th did start off a little rocky. First came out my front door. My neighbor is a big, hairy Marine. He's a great guy, but this morning he was wearing American flag shorts to here, and he was hunched over in his driveway working on something. And I said, "Hey man, what's going on over here?" And he said, "Look, you've heard of freedom fries before, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, these are freedom thighs." Yeah. So that's how I started it. It's gonna get much better in just a few minutes. Everybody give a big round of applause to Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fireworks at the Fountain at beautiful Lake Eola Park. How about if we give it up for the Orlando Concert Band? Weren't they fabulous? All right, I want to invite to the stage District 3 Commissioner Robert Stewart, District 6 Commissioner Samuel Ings, Tax Collector Scott Randolph, Property Appraiser Rick Singh, Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rolon, our Mayor's Veterans Advisory Committee, and our new 6 Salute to Service honorees. All right, if everybody would please stand for the presentation of colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, Captain Maxine Reyes and the Orlando Concert Band with our national anthem.
Whose broad stripes and
please remain standing for the retiring of the colors. Please be seated. So as we gather tonight to celebrate our nation's independence, it's important to remember that thousands of military personnel who continue to protect our country and preserve our freedom. So to our veterans, our active duty military members and their families, thank you for all you do to keep us safe. So we're going to do some great fireworks. We've heard some great music. We've had some camaraderie. But this is going to be the coolest thing that we do all night long in the next couple minutes here. We have the honor of being joined tonight by a very special guest, a World War II combat airman who flew 45 bomber missions over Europe, and his last mission was 75 years ago as he volunteered on a photo recon mission over the beaches of Normandy on D-Day. Please join me in recognizing 96-year-old Chief Master Sergeant Mel Jenner.
I'd like to thank everybody that's here, and especially all our veterans that we have in the area. So many did not come home. And they're the ones that we miss. Thank you.
Thank you. One really big hand of applause for Chief Master Sergeant Mel Jenner and all of our veterans. So, you know what's really cool is we're going from one of our oldest veterans. Mel, you can stay right here because, Mel, stay right here with us because we're about to swear in some of our very youngest personnel right now. How cool is that to go from one of our oldest veterans to our very newest one? So at this time, I want to highlight some brave young members of our community. The men and women who are seated in the front of the stage are U.S. Army recruits who will now take their oath of enlistment. So if everybody else would sit down so that we can see them. They are right here to my left, to your right. So help you God. Thank you. Give these brave soldiers a round of applause. Now, before we begin our fireworks display, there's another important group we want to recognize. Joining me here on stage are the News 6 Salute to Service honorees. Veterans and first responders who serve our community every day. We're honored to have them, and News 6 anchor Matt Austin is here to introduce our guest of honor. Matt.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Now, I know normally you're the only guy who's stormed the beach of Normandy on the stage, but we actually have another one here tonight, believe it or not. I want to recognize, toward the end there, Colonel Richard Ortega. He joined the Army in 1942. Give him some love. Served with distinction during the D-Day invasion of Normandy 2 years later. He continued to serve our country during the Korean and Vietnam Wars. He's been an active member of Mayor Buddy Dyer's Veterans Advisory Council for years and continues to donate his time to many causes in our community, including helping young Air Force JROTC candidates and cadets apply to military academies. Recently celebrated his 96th birthday. You're amazing, man. He and the mayor are buds from way back, I know that. I would also like to recognize another salute to service member. He's on the end there. Good-looking guy, that is Doug Meyer. He's a local veteran. He's a UCF alum, the owner of Tactical Brewing Company located in downtown Baldwin Park, not too far from here. Local veteran support groups regularly host meetups at the brewery, which fosters a sense of community and camaraderie among the local vets. Give it up for Doug Meyer. Awesome. Congratulations, man. Obviously, we have a lot to be proud of in this community, so give it up for everybody on stage here who has done so much for us. So now we're going to take a few minutes. We're going to clear the stage. We're going to get the fireworks ready. Mayor, I think you've got some sponsors to thank, and we're excited to get this thing started. Let's do it.
5. Hold on, I preempted. Now, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
about you ladies, but is it just me, or does this thing get better every single year?
You know, it really seems to. And we were promised a big show. I spoke
Yes.
with Ben, the fireworks guy, earlier this afternoon. He promised us the best show ever. And like you said, it gets better
I think
every year.
it was. I mean, you thought it was the grand finale, and then it kept
And
going
it kept
and
going, it kept
going.
going,
Yes.
yeah.
You
We
thought it was
liked
the
it.
big finish, and then there was more.
And you
Yes.
talked to Ben. He said there were at least 959 blasts
Yeah.
during this year's show, set to live music performed by the Orlando Concert Band. But he said that he was going to have some surprises.
And
he
I
did.
think he did, yeah. It was really great.
Well, before the fireworks, 2 community members were recognized for their service here in Central Florida and beyond.
Yeah, one of the men honored served in 3 wars, including D-Day in Normandy, and recently celebrated, get this, his 96th birthday.
He is incredible.
Yeah.
He really is.
We love him. He has been an active member of Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer's Veterans Advisory Council for years and continues to get results in our community.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel Richard Ortega takes us back to June 5th, 1944, when the then 21-year-old found out he'd be landing in Normandy on D-Day.
Oh, I was scared to death when they told us, "Hey, we have to go to the northern France." We didn't know exactly until a month prior to the invasion, until May of 1944. We didn't know where the landing point was. That was kept secret. That was Operation Overlord.
Ortega served with distinction in the 29th Infantry Division.
The problem wasn't too hard until about within a mile from the beach. That's when the Germans really picked us up and started shelling the place. I mean, overhead explosions, beach explosions. So there was a lot of damage to our vessel.
He was awarded a Silver Star for valor in combat on D-Day. Ortega went on to serve in the Korean and Vietnam Wars, earning so many medals and awards that he's running out of wall space.
Is there any that's the most special to you or that you feel like means the most to you? I know they're all special.
Well, I'll tell you, the Purple Hearts are the ones you remember the most, because those are the ones that made you bleed and hurt and all that.
After leaving the military, Ortega taught for 22 years at Colonial High School. And to this day, he mentors students with the Civil Air Patrol. He says service is something he takes very seriously on this Independence Day and every day.
I go back to my heroes of 1776. You know, Thomas Jefferson and Adams and Harrison and all those people who dedicated their lives to the freedoms we enjoy today. And I feel that it's my duty after all.
Wow.
I'm so happy that you both got to meet him. He's
Yes.
just incredible to talk to, and we're just so happy we could talk to
It
him.
was an honor to spend some time
Yes.
with him tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
very thankful for that.
Yeah, it really was very nice to meet him, and I'm so happy that he got to spend some time with us as well. Stay with us. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Fireworks at the Fountain at Lake Eola. You saw it live just moments ago right here on News 6, and it was spectacular.
We were promised 959 booms. I think we got a little bit more than that, but what a show. And we were surrounded by people out here at Lake Eola Park, some of our closest friends out here watching with us, and everyone had the same reaction, that really just the best yet.
Yeah.
I totally agree. You know, we say that every year. It seems like it keeps getting better and better, but this year it certainly did, and I'm so glad that all of the people out here seemed to have a fantastic time. The weather held out. The food was great. It was a great atmosphere. Just a wonderful overall experience being down here at Lake
I
Eola.
honestly have no complaints.
No.
You know, the weather really, it started out so hot. The rain moved in just in time, brought us that rain-cooled air, and we really saw a really nice night.
Yeah, it has been fantastic. Of course, News 6 has been all around Lake Eola all afternoon, bringing you every single angle of the fireworks, and it's just been a pleasure all day.
Yeah.
Yes, that 360-degree camera on the barge, that is always something to
And it's always lovely when people come up to you and say, oh, we watch you on
Yes.
News 6, and we wanted to come out, and we know about this because you guys talk about it. So thank you for coming out and spending, because this is a big holiday.
It is.
And to spend it out here with us, that's really special.
Made us feel like we were part of their family family as well. You can see people still walking by, waving right now as they're going by. Bye, guys. I think everyone had a wonderful time, and I was talking to some firefighters earlier who were in the Eola house, just asking them how was the night going, and they said it was very quiet. Certainly the cooler weather really helped. We were concerned that there could be, potentially a lot of heat, illnesses. You never know what can happen when it gets so hot out
here. They also keep a close eye on, we have lots of police officers seen and unseen. And also that's what makes this country so great. We can come together at a gathering this large and not have any big incidents happen, and everyone for one moment, actually 20-something minutes, looking in the same direction, which is always nice. I always like to take that picture to see that, because for once we're all looking in the same direction.
I was talking to Orlando City Commissioner Patty Sheehan. She was out here earlier today, and she said, the planning is really 6 months long for an event like this, and so much goes into it. Of course, one of her big focuses are the swans. And, a lot of people were concerned, how are the swans going to react to such a big production? And she says they love it. They think it's great. They're used to everything down here. So as long as the people stay away from the swans, they're fine.
Absolutely. Yes, always good advice. But, we always say that this is the one event where everyone is in such a good mood and everyone is always so nice to us. So it always is such a great experience to get to meet the people we interact with on social media and spend a little time with them on this very special day.
It really has been just so nice. And honestly, the weather has played a big role in that.
Okay, and we do want to take another live look at the amphitheater down along Lake Eola. We were mentioning all the people who were down here. You can see still some of the entertainment on the stage there, and I know you ladies got to meet some of the people who are providing the entertainment tonight. But not only that, those veterans who were on the stage earlier.
Can we just talk about Mr. Ortega? Oh my goodness, he was probably he was one of our VIP guests at the Eola house, and I went up to shake, because you just have to shake his hand if he's in the room.
And you can't miss him because his whole uniform is decorated.
Yes, and he has the handshake. It almost brought a tear to my eye, because I was not expecting that 96-year-old man to have that grip. He is something else.
Yes, I spent time with him on Monday. I'm so happy he could be here and be honored. And my 16-year-old niece is here, and she got to meet him. And I'm so happy.
Great.
I told her, I said, it's a really big deal.
Absolutely.
That you got to meet someone who was on the beaches of Normandy 75 years
such a
ago.
young man at that time.
Yeah, and that's something that I know we'll all carry with us, how special it is.
And sadly, there just aren't that many veterans left who were around for that day, and to be able to be in his presence
special
on the 4th of July.
Oh, it's I mean, when you say it like that, you give me goosebumps, you give me chills. So it is. It has been really awesome just to spend time with him and the other people, and seeing the new recruits sworn in too. So thank you for the service you're about to give to this country.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Our next salute to service honoree recently returned home from active duty.
And he went on a very different mission once he got back to Central Florida.
Yeah, News 6's Carolina Cardona explains how his new venture honors his brotherhood from the Marines.
So that was actually flown at the Pentagon, got sent over here for us to display.
Doug Meyer is a proud Marine. For 4 years, he served as a rifleman, being deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan.
We were in Marja, Afghanistan. When we were there in 2010, it's pretty kinetic, so if you go past a certain point, you're gonna get in a firefight and get shot at.
After he came back home, he had a hard time adapting, especially because he missed the brotherhood from his Marine days.
These are your best friends, you go to war with them.
And then he found a love for brewing beer.
On Veterans Day 2018, Doug and a brewing club friend of his opened Tactical Brewing Company in the heart of Baldwin Park. Here, some of the beer names make references to historical military events, like, for example, 11 Alive.
Back in World War II, when JFK's torpedo ship got hit by a Japanese destroyer, and they swam over to an island and got stranded over there. And he actually had natives come by, and he inscribed on the back of a coconut, 11 Alive, JFK.
Meeting Doug, a lot of his friends and family, and a lot of people that come in with those experiences, you really gain a different perspective as far as what it means and what people have sacrificed.
Orlando's a huge veteran underground, and so they come in here, they can network. That's kind of a passion behind the brewery, is just being able to get people together.
It's in the details of their brewery that serve as special reminders to honor military members.
You got a base lager, you have a hazy IPA, you have Triceratops. Get people, just tourists visiting Disney, and come by and Their first responders will bring their patch over for us to put up.
Watching that community come in and really take advantage of kind of a place like this to, come out of their shell or meet up with people and things like that. And it's a very humbling experience and something that you start to not take for granted as much anymore.
For Doug, he says having served his country helped shape him into the person he is today.
You go over and you see other countries and the way they have it, it's kind of hard to explain unless you've seen it. We are just very grateful to have the opportunities we have, being an American and being proud to be born in this country. Very lucky. Those experiences you can't really get anywhere else, and I'm no regrets. I'm very happy I did it.
Carolina Cardona, News 6.
And we are very grateful for him and all of the veterans who have served our country.
For sure. And I feel like we should all just go and give his beer and brewery a try.
I think that's a great
that's
idea.
the least we can do.
Yeah.
We've got our weekend plans all set
There
up.
you go. Well, thank you so much for joining News 6 and the entire ClickOrlando.com team for fireworks at the fountain.
Happy 4th of July, everyone.
And as we leave you, we'll leave you with another look at the fireworks. Have a great night.